Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. And I thought I would do a video today, book review one, since I finished a book and I don't want to forget what's in here. So this is another book review. By the way, if you want to check out my list of book reviews, you can check out the playlist here. I've done a few of them so far. I plan on continuing this since y'all seem to like book reviews, which is good because that means you're reading, and I like that because reading is extremely important and powerful in your life. You can check out the video I did talking about Brandon Carter when I met him and about how much of a reader he is, how well read he is. It's really important. So anyway, this is another review on one of the great courses series. You know, I'm not specifically endorsing them, but on Audible it's a pretty good deal when you can spend one Audible credit to get this nice long course taught by a college professor on some of these pretty interesting topics. So recently I listened to a course. I already told you about the Emerson, Thoreau, and the Transcendentalist movement, but this one is a course. That's weird. I felt like my video froze, but apparently I was just like standing really still, which is odd for me because I'm always moving around. But anyway, so this one was books that have made history, books that can change your life. And I suppose I should say the author, the instructor of this course. This is narrated by Professor Rufus J. Fears. And this was really, really good, actually. So this goes through a lot of books here. Let me see if it's got a list. Oh, you know what? They don't have a list in here? That's sort of unfortunate on Audible. Oh, okay. Someone in the comments put a list here. I'll give you some of them. He's got Homer's Iliad, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I really recommend that one. The Bhagavad Gita, which I highly recommend. Exodus by Moses, the book of Mark in the New Testament, Quran, Gilgamesh, Beowulf, Job. Let's see, I'm going to pick a few of these. The Bacchia, Phaedo by Plato, Divine Comedy by Dante. Let's see, what else has he got in here that's really good? Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, 1984 by George Orwell. The Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. There's, let's see, Confucius, The Prince by Machiavelli, On Liberty by John Stuart Mill. I want to read this book after listening to this. He's got Faust Parts 1 and 2 by Goethe, which is also really interesting. I want to read that now. Walden by Henry David Thoreau, The Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire by Gibbons. Let's see, what else? Oh, On Duties by Cicero. This is also one that I want to read here. Autobiography of Muhammad Gandhi. And yeah, so a lot of books here. I didn't even mention all of them, but he goes through them. He sort of gives you an overview, sort of the message of this book. He sort of ties all this together. You can see that he's drawing from a lot of different religions, and so he's got a very wide perspective. This is his perspective from reading all these books is very similar to the perspective that I sort of have developed in my own life in philosophy and, you know, drawing from all these sources. And I think it's really useful. I think this is a good way to sort of shortcut yourself to getting to this and finding a lot of good books that you could read. You know, there's definitely, after doing this course, I'm going to be reading a few of these books, especially that On Liberty by John Stuart Mill. I really like that idea of what liberty is. It seems like it's a very libertarian type of ideal, where very little government, very little influence or control. But yeah, I thought that this was very well presented. I pretty much agreed with most of his assessments on all the books and kind of the philosophy behind them. And, you know, just to go through and to see how these books shaped history, how the thinking changed, I just felt like this was really, really, really valuable. So to tie it all together, right? Because I think sometimes some of these books are really hard to approach as well, right? So, you know, if you're going to read, let's say, Homer's Iliad on yourself or by yourself, that would be somewhat difficult. There's some pretty good translations of the Bhagavad Gita, so that might be a little bit easier to understand. But things like Gilgamesh, some of the older stuff. Oh, he had Othello by Shakespeare. I didn't mention that one. I love that play. It's an awesome play. But yeah, so anyway, really good course. I would highly recommend it. It entertained me the whole time, kept me very, very interested. to hear this perspective. And yeah, so that's it. I'm not gonna belabor the point, but you should definitely check out that course. Again, for those of you that are wondering, it is called Books That Have Made History, Books That Can Change Your Life, and I highly recommend it. What I'm reading right now is a book by Ryan Holiday called Ego is the Enemy. And then on audio, I'm actually listening to another great course because I'm going to China, so I'll be probably doing reviews on that. This one is The Foundations of Eastern Civilization, which I'm finding fascinating, although the author his accent makes it a little bit hard to listen to it on 3x speed. But you know, I did a 20-mile run today and I was able to listen to a good chunk of this, so that should be coming out in a review format soon. All right, well, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, if you want more of these book reviews, subscribe. And if you would like to support Simple Programmer, support this YouTube channel, get access to the Facebook group, that's really the real sweet deal here. There's a couple other rewards and stuff and some exclusive videos. Definitely check out the Patreon campaign. I appreciate all of you that have supported Simple Programmer, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.